Okay, Alyce. What I want to do is just interview you and talk to you a little bit about your service in the military.
You know now that I'm living in the nursing home, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
In the medical nursing home, the VA.
So do this. Tell me your name.
My name is Alyce.
Hang on. What I want to do is get your name, and then we'll talk a little bit. I'll ask you, and you say, I enlisted in the WAC Corps.
Okay.
I think you were in Italy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you can maybe tell me a little story about your time in Italy, okay?
Okay. Well, my name is Alyce Lillian Dixon. And I want you to know I'm from Boston, Mass. originally. I now live in Washington, D.C. And I'm in the Veterans Nursing Home. I'm 106 years old. I'm waiting for September 9/11, Terrorist Day. I'll be 107. And that's a big day for everybody and one for me too.
Yes, ma'am.
But I joined the service in 1943. I first joined when we didn't have women in the service. We were called WACs, Women's Army Corps. And then they nicknamed us WACs. 1944, the Army enlisted us and became veterans. And I was very happy to do that. I wanted to join because I said they're taking all the men. The women can do something too. Why not take the women? I went there and questioned that. And the officer said, that's a good idea. And that was in 1943. And that's when they decided to call us in and call us, as they say, Women's Army Corps. In 1944, the Army enlisted us and we became veterans.
So what did you do in the Army? What was your role as a WAC?
In the Army, everybody had a camp paper. And I wrote columns in the camp paper. Know your officers, know your non-coms. And I wrote one for the WACs. I called it Wacky Chatter. Everything they did, I wrote about. And they just loved that. And that became very popular. It went everywhere.
So it's like an esprit de corps kind of thing.
Yes. And then, as I say, I wrote this article, Know Your Non-Coms, Know Your Officers, and be very happy with it. And I was happy with the Army because we were able to travel. And if you wanted them to help you with your education, you could do that too. So I thought that was a very good idea. And I went to France. I went to France and Italy, and of course Rome, and I'm trying to think, and I went to Belgium. I love that best of all. I met very lovely people in Belgium.
Now you told me last year a story of in Italy when they put you on postal detail. Can you relate that story and what the wonderful thing that y'all did for the troops?
What? When I went there and they were worried because I was short. And they wanted someone taller. I said, give me a high heel. I wore high heel shoes. And so then they said, well, you're talking well and interesting, and we like what you're saying, so we're going to use it anyhow. And so then I said, well, all the men can do everything out here, and I must tell you, the women can too. There was one woman in my group who knew how to fix cars as well as the men. Anytime a car was broken down, they'd say, call Vincent. She knows what to do with it. She knew every bolt and nail in the car. And she was able to do it very well. I was very pleased with that. I was short, so they didn't give me too many things to do. But my roommate was 6 feet tall, and I was 5. So I wrote a story called The Long and the Short of It. And that all went all around town. Because as my roommate, we stood up, we looked like Mutt and Jeff, yeah. And so they made fun of that too. And I said, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm here and I'm going to talk. They didn't like it sometimes because I talk and I express myself. I don't hold anything back. I tell it like it is.
Good Boston girl.
And that doesn't go well sometimes.
Right.
But even now where I work, the nurses say, I sound like I want to boss them. But I say, see, I'm from the north. I'm not from the south, and I talk with a northern accent.
There you go. Now you told me last year. You told me a story about a room full of mail, and the officer said it's going to take y'all months and months and months to a year to get it out, and you did it in a record time. Tell me a little bit about that story.
I told you. Tell me about it again. I'm trying to remember.
It was, I think they had a lot of mail that hadn't been delivered in a tremendous amount of time. You had thousands of pieces.
We went to France, and they had 92 billion pieces of mail to be delivered. 92 billion. Just way up all the coast. And they selected 500 of us to go there. Well, we went there to take care of the mail. The general said it would take us a year to straighten it out. We did it in 5 months. Well, some of the mail was hard to decipher because coming from the south, a lot of people wrote Buster, U.S. Army, Georgie, U.S. Army. We knew they had a name and they had a number, so we had to go by the last name in the area to find out who they were. See, a lot of folks wasn't well educated, but we found them all. And then a lot of the parents sent food over, all kinds of canned food, but somebody from Alabama sent fried chicken to France. So we had the mice and the rats to fight.
Right.
They always sent biscuits and cake, but chicken, cooked chicken.
That's the South for you.
Yeah. And so we knew what to do with that. A lot of things came, but I couldn't find the veteran right away. So I took it back to the barracks with me. And I told the girls, my grandma said tuna fish today, or sardines today. And they was all waiting there, because we always ready something to eat. And they were all waiting to say, what did grandma send you today? And I was in charge of packages, and I did that. They thought that was something. A couple of the officers didn't like it. I said, what you gonna do with it, throw it away? Let us use it. I couldn't always find, a lot of the veterans were gone. And so, nothing to do with it, but I wasn't going to waste it.
So what do you think, how do you think that impacted the troops out in the field?
Well, don't you think that impressed people, see that you were in this service helping the country and having a nice time too, and entertaining people? Because we all wanted to help the country get straight, and we were willing to do it. And we did our share. Whatever they wanted to do, we did.
Right.
And so...
What do you think that meant to the troop out there getting that mail?
Oh, they were tickled to death. They always wanted their mail, you know. And I mean, they were always looking for something from home. So we told them how well we did that and how we had to hunt for it. And they were all thankful, appreciated. And one time, a bunch of them wanted to treat me. And we went to the USO. And the way they were going to treat me, they were going to send me a Coke to introduce themselves. I went to take my 6 Cokes. And I always talked a lot. And the fellas like that, I said, I can't entertain 6 of you. Well, call one time. Whatever I say is for everybody. And they like that. And it made them feel a little better, too. But...
anything that you could do to ease the pains of war, right?
Yes. Well, that's it, because war is a terrible thing.
Hang on. Hey, Jim. No, can I call you right back? I'm conducting an interview. Bye. All right, so start that thought again.
I said anything you could tell. I'm sitting on a bone on my rear end.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. And so, when anything we could do to entertain them, we did it. Did I put that on there? Take that out.
That's one for the bloopers reel.
Hmm?
That's one for the blooper reel.
Yeah. Well, we had a nice time, and we entertained the fellows. And, you know, we made a lot of the fellows happy, because if we were going out that night to the USO, and a lot of them said, is Alyce coming along? I had the shortest one, I had the biggest mouth. And I say, I'll be right there to tell you something, tell you a story or something. And they was tickled with that. I told a lot of jokes, and they love that. One little joke I'm going to tell you right now. An airplane was about to crash, and there were 5 people on board, and they only had 4 parachutes. They didn't know what was going to be, so the first one to jump off was George Bush. Then Hillary Clinton jumped off next. Then there was an old man, 72 years old, and a 10-year-old boy. The old man said to the boy, I've lived a long, beautiful life. I've enjoyed everything. I'll go down with the plane and let you have my parachute. The little boy said, no, 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 there's one for you too. He said, how come? He said, your smart president took my backpack.
Oh, that's good.
Wasn't that kind of cute?
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
So, what in the war, in your World War II, what was the most gratifying thing that you think you did during the whole war? Looking back and thinking about that time,
Well,
it touched you the most.
Well, I met a lot of people that were very, very poor and not living well. And I talked to them, and I told them, I'm one of 9 children. My father worked on horses. We were very poor. But I believe in sharing and giving. And I said, I shared with everything with my family. And when I met a lot of lovely people that gave me nice things, I shared them with everybody. I believe in sharing and giving. I went to a meeting one day with 200 rich men. They were giving the men their awards. And they let me go because in my area in Washington, I'm the only one in that area, 100 years old, who could speak. And I went. So after they finished, I thanked them for giving the men their awards while they're living. I said they get a lot of awards after they're gone. So this they can enjoy. And I said that was very smart to do that. So one man said, what do you put your longevity to? I said, now you hit the nail on the head. You're all very rich, 2 or 3 cars, 2 or 3 homes, money in the bank you can't take with you. Why not spend it now and help somebody else? I said there are a lot of people that are unemployed, sick, handicapped, large families, many ways you can help. And they're nudging either saying, listen to that. So one fellow said, well, what will we get for that? I said, look at me, I'm 104 and still talking, because I shared everything. So they wrote up a little article, be a donor and live longer.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic.
So they started and I said, share. A lot of people come to visit the soldiers, and they give us things, shampoos, lotions, different things.
Right.
I can't use it all. I share it with all the nurses. They don't give it to the nurses, they give it to the veterans. And I share it with them. Then I have a family, I share it with them. I have 2 nieces that come, what, did you get anything today? I said, no, don't come begging all the time. I get it now and then and I share it. But I believe in that. And that's why I let God let me stay here this long. If I see September, I'll be 107. On Terrorist Day, 9/11.
That's awesome.
Isn't it?
Let me ask you a question, and that's a good rule to live by, and I hope, and I try to live my life that way, so hopefully I'll live as long as you. What would you say to today's youth, today's military, in the military? What would you say to them if you could reach out and touch the military, the men and women in service?
Well, I said there's many things you can do to help the world and the people. Join the military, and you'll get a chance to go back to school if you want to. Then you get a chance to understand how people live and what they have, what they don't have. And you have a good time there. Share it. I believe in sharing and giving. You can't take that money with you. You're going to leave it here, and Uncle Sam's going to spend it after you're dead. Why don't you spend it now? There are so many ways you can help. And when I went back to my seat, 3 men came over and said, we were impressed. We're going to give our church money. I said, now don't go one Sunday. Go there and talk to the minister. He knows how many people are in need there, and he can make arrangements to give them. I said, you'll feel happy doing that. Really, you will. And 2 of them said so. They said they were moved by that, and they were going to help for good. I said, do it, and you'll be much happier. I said, look, I'm one of 9 children. My father was working when I asked him, could I get a pair of skates? He said, I'll try. He said, I only make $24 a week. And I said, well, Pop, don't you do it. I'm going to work somewhere and I'll make some money and get my own skates. Because he tried to do everything. He was told he was a good father. He said, I thought I was smart when I was young. I wouldn't stay in school. I went to the 4th grade. I came out. I knew how to write my name and address of my parents. But he knew horses. He was gifted with horses. He went out to work at a horse farm. He could open a horse's mouth and tell him what's wrong with him. Pick up his foot and thing. He was, everybody wanted him. We went to live in Hingham, Mass, with all rich people. And all the men had racehorses and everything. They came to my father for help all the time. So one man there, Mr. Bradley, he said, I want to send you to school to get your certificate for what you know. So Pop said, no, I can't go. I can't do all that studying. He said, I was smart when I was young. I went, come out. My sister took me to school. I went to the gym and come out. He said, I only went to the 4th grade. I knew how to write my name and address and my parents' name and address. And he said, and that's all I know on it. But my father was he was gifted with that. And they all wanted him to work. And he started making a lot of money. And so...
Now, Anne Marie said there was a story behind your name change. What was that?
It was,
Your name change. Is there? Anne Marie said there was a story.
yeah, my name was Alyce. That's how you spell Alice. I went to the movies and saw the actress. The actress' name was Alice, and she spelled Alyce. I went home and changed it. My mother said, when you were born, I didn't sign it that way. I said, it is now. So I spelled it Alyce. It looks prettier.
Got it.
I was always like that. I always talked up and expressed myself. It's good and it's bad.
Right.
And there I am now in the nursing home.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, the nurses get angry with me because they say I sound like I'm going to boss them the way I talk. I told them I talk northern. I'm from the north. I'm from Boston, Mass. And I'm not a southerner. That's all. That's the reason I talk this way.
You can be proud of your heritage, right?
Yes.
So I'm from the South, so I'm proud of being from the South.
Absolutely. But they didn't like the way I talk. I said, well, I don't drag it, and I'm not going to just say, can I please do this? I said, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And I said, so I was born in Boston in a Jewish neighborhood. I did everything Jewish. I ate all their food, went to the synagogue. I loved their singing. And so...
Did you sing in church?
Yeah. I know, I sat there and listened. I can't sing a note, but I have a sister that could sing and play. I took piano lessons. I showed it to my sister. She walked away with it. I wasn't... But I was ready to try everything.
Right.
And so I have done that for... I've lost all my family. Got one sister left, 90 years old.
Wow.
And she's living in her own home by herself.
Fantastic.
I talk to her every night at 10 o'clock.
That's nice.
And she said she was a little lonesome. Her children go and see her, but they're all married and have families. But her son lives in North Carolina. His wife is the dean of a college there. And he came up for Mother's Day. And he took her, my sister and me, out and took us around Washington, because Washington has changed a lot.
Yes, it has.
And took us around to see it. And then he wanted to take us to dinner. And Dorothy said, I don't want to go any place to take a dinner. Go to McDonald's and get me a hamburger. my nephew had a fit. He said, I want to take you out to a nice dinner. She said, just get that for me. Bring me some baked macaroni. And he was so outdone, he wanted to take her to a nice restaurant.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I don't mind that. Hey, how y'all doing?
I said, we like that's what we like, so we'll enjoy it.
Right, right.
But
well, let me ask you this. In the military, is there any other moments that you thoroughly enjoyed, whether they were in France or Italy or in
oh
basic?
yeah.
Tell me some
Well,
stories from the military.
I was in Italy when they had a man. They were saying he did something, and I was visiting a group. They took me to this area. We were like in a park, and they were dragging that man off. They said they were going over there and killing him. I said, just like that? And I said to the girl, tell him that's a bad word, say I'm going to kill him. So those men said, tell her that it's none of her business. I said, it's going to be my business. I'm going to say, I'm going to tell God to kill you. And then they got mad with me. So they want to fight. I said, just get out of my way. You all are not nice people, killing someone. Find out why. If they did something, they made a mistake. So excuse them. Maybe you made mistakes too when you were coming along. I said, we all do things that we shouldn't do. Don't do that. So two guys looked back. They said, you know, I guess she's right. I said, yeah, think about it. Taking somebody's life. I said, that's very hard. Think about it, because God is ready to take our lives when He's ready. You don't do it for Him. So then they got so tickled, they said, boy, take her away from here, because you don't let us test anybody. I said, think about it, how sad it is. You'd hate somebody to take your life. Let's stay here and find out what we can do, and what you can do to help the country. So they said, okay, well, we won't touch him then. So I don't know what happened, but anyhow.
Well, he didn't die at that moment, did he?
Yeah.
He didn't die then?
Yeah, I thought that sometimes they're too hasty.
Yeah.
And I know there are a lot of bad people, but then they're bad for some reason. A lot of folks live up and don't have anything, honey. They haven't had a good life. They had very little to eat, couldn't get clothes. Sometimes it's such large families, and the father has a small salary, and especially in my race. They give them good jobs but never pay them very much. And it's very hard.
Right.
And everything is expensive.
Do you think the time that you grew up in the 1930s and 40s during the war, what do you think of how the youth is today versus the youth of today?
Well, it's much better. They've learned something, and I got a lot of my people have learned something. I said, when you go to school, learn something good. Don't listen to what they said about being ostracized or people nasty to you. Forget it, forgive them. I said, maybe they were taught that way. You know, they have a thing here. White people say blacks should not have anything. They shouldn't go to school. That's not, God made us all. We're all brothers and sisters. That's very mean to say. I said, who are they to say, authorize what we should have and do? And we've got some blacks very smart. Dr. Drew found blood plasma. A lot of folks would be dead now if he didn't find it. The fellow that's in charge of the eye specialist, Carlos, is a Negro-born boy that came from North Carolina at 19. He knows every vein in the eye. He's at Johns Hopkins, eye specialist of the world.
Wow.
So I think you mustn't go by color. God made black and white, red and brown and yellow. So what's wrong with all of them? They pick on the Chinese and Chinese. They pick on the American Indians. They took all their land away when they came over. Now they're on the Hispanics. They're fussing about them. They talk bad, they have too many children. You can't satisfy white people. Who are they? I said, who made them in charge? And look at the things they do. Just like a lot of the white girls go after a Negro boyfriend. Why? They told me why, too.
Okay. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, when the war was over, did you come back and serve in the WAC?
Oh, I meant to tell you before that. I was working in the Pentagon. Had a beautiful job. I took leave of absence to go to the war from my job. They let me do it. I was in personnel. Had a good job in personnel. I said, they got all the men in the service now. Women can do something. I said, I want to find out what women can do. And they laughed themselves to death at me. I said, I went to the main office and I said to them that. I said, you got all the men. What can the women do? And the man said, no, we've never thought of that. We're going to take that up soon. And that's when they decided to call us WACs, Women's Army Corps. And they said they can do too, so they found out we could.
Yes, sir.
One of my outfits I lived in, there was a girl in there that knew cars. She knew every bolt in the car. When they had a car broke down, they'd call Vince. Let Vince fix it, she knows. So that, I mean, shows they were smart and intelligent.
So did you stay in the military when you got back from Europe in the war?
No, I only stayed 3 years, and I went back to my job because I took leave of absence to go. And I stayed I worked in the Pentagon. I retired in '72.
Wow.
And I had a very good job in there. I was a buying specialist. I bought everything that they used in an office. And they even sent me to Wright-Patterson to look at planes. I said, I see it got a wing. What else have I got? I don't know about it. I got real tickled. I said, don't ask me about a plane. It's flying, it got wings.
It works, okay.
And they thought that was so funny. And they said, well, you were so good at picking up other little things. I said, well, I know it has that, so let's go back and put some good wings on, and let's not have the wags get in trouble. Now look at, we have accidents with the planes. Isn't that too bad? And here they're flying and got a bad plane, gotta land someplace.
All right, let's do this. If you could say just a one-liner or just one or two sentences to today's military, the young, what would you say to them? Just, hey guys, this.
Well, I say it's a wonderful place to be. There's much you can learn and much you can do to help the whole country. So give yourself over to them. They're not going to let you die until they're ready. God's ready for you. And I say, learn and try to help everybody. And be sure and share everything. So many people don't have. Many people have large families and a little bit of money. And everything is expensive. Share a little bit. And you'll feel better. I said, after I said that, they put the column out. Be a donor and live longer. Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right, can you, you come down with the veterans and the people that you're with at the home. Do you know who puts this on? FishingCommunity.Org? Did you know that?
I did learn, but I don't remember that.
It's FishingCommunity.org.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
And we work with you guys to bring everybody up.
And it's wonderful.
So could you
coming out here, they said to go and fishing. I thought to go to the market. We took that long to get out here. I said, where the fish? They're going home. It took us so long.
So could you do me a favor and say, hey, I'm Alyce
Dixon.
Alyce Dixon, and I'm out here enjoying the great outdoors due to FishingCommunity.org. Thank you so much.
Oh, I would love it, yes, I am. I'm Alyce Dixon. I came out here to enjoy the beautiful weather with the Army Corps, the working Army Corps. And I'm enjoying every bit of it. I haven't tried to catch a fish yet, but I'm going to get me a fish from somewhere, because we got all the folks fishing, and they're doing a wonderful job. And we're enjoying this, and it's very nice, and it's very helpful to talk with people that have been in the service and know what it is, and say they can come out and enjoy themselves like this. It's beautiful. The world is so beautiful. There's so much to offer. Look at the water, the area. Everything is so beautiful. Enjoy yourself as much as possible. That's what I like to do. That's why God's let me live 106 years.
There you go. And can you say, I'd like to thank FishingCommunity.org for putting this together.
I would. I'd say they need a fishing community. That's good for a lot of people. And it's educational. They can learn more about that and learn a lot about the water, how the water works and that. And so join as much as you can and help everybody that you can. Just share yourself, because it's always somebody needs something more than you have, and that you can help to share. And you'll be so happy doing it, really you will. You see somebody looking raggedy and everything, give them one of your pair of pants, give them a sweater, and you'll find out they'll be so happy.
Yep. Okay, so just say thank you, FishingCommunity.org.
Oh, well, I want to thank the fishing community and the
.org.
.org.
FishingCommunity.org.
Yeah, I'm all for community veterans. This has been lovely to me. I like the water too, and see this area with something here to learn and something to offer to give away. Yeah. It's very nice indeed. It helps both ways. Helps you and helps the other people.
Yeah. All right. So say thank you very much.
Oh.
FishingCommunity.Org.
Oh, I do. I thank the community very much. I enjoyed this no end. The only thing I need is a pillow that I can lay back and go to sleep.
So, FishingCommunity.Org. That's our
It is.
that's who puts it on.
Yeah.
So just thank them. Say thank you very much, FishingCommunity.Org,
Oh.
for putting this on.
I want to thank the fishing corps.
FishingCommunity.Org.
Fishing community down cold. Oh, I'm getting all mixed up. But you know what it is. They have been so wonderful, and I've enjoyed this no end. I just wish I had my pillow, and then I could have gone to sleep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for
Okay.
talking with me.
Okay, you can fix that up.
Yeah, I can. So
Yeah.
we would we just appreciate it.
And you tell them I'm 106 years old. Did you tell them that?
You told them a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah. Well, I think that's pretty good. People are surprised that I can talk well at 106. They say, when you get old, you can't talk well.
My grandmother, my great aunt Deb,
Yeah.
she was 104, 105 when she passed.
Uh-huh.
She's like you. She was very alert, very astute,
Yeah.
and could talk with you. Wasn't very mobile, but she had a very sharp mind all the way up until when she passed away.
Isn't that something? Well, God is helping a lot of people. There's a lady working in Macy's I met, 92 years old. Macy's grocery store. It's a beautiful store. She's working there.
Wow.
92.
That's keeping her young.
And
staying
I knew
active.
I knew a girl there that knew I was 104 when I was there. And I went in there, and so she called me. She said, wait, I'm going to show you this lady that's serving us, 92. I said, what? I said, if I had another leg, I'd be there too. I fell in the street and scratched this on the ankle. And it had a blister on it, and it was red, and it was painful. But the fellas at the VA like to cut. So they said the only thing that'll stop pain is to take it off.
Right.
And I said, oh, God, please don't, because I used to love to go and walk a lot. I said, well, take it to the knee, and I'll get an artificial limb. And they cut me way up here.
Oh my gosh.
That broke my heart, really it did, because I walked a lot, and I had a car that I drove a lot. They used to laugh about me driving. They said, how many speed tickets did you get? I said, this one. But I was going up in Pennsylvania, taking some girls to shop, and the policeman came up. He was on this side. So my sister was over here. She said, the policeman wants to talk to you. I said, I don't want to talk to him. So I opened the window and I said, he said,
well.
you know, you just did 70 miles an hour in this 35 lane. I said, I didn't see the 35. He said, this was a 35 area because it's going to be a shopping area. And you were doing 70. I said, this old car won't do 70. He said, it did today. He laughed, but he gave me a ticket anyhow.
Oh my gracious.
And so I sent it back in the mail, the ticket. I didn't go back, but that was the one ticket I got it all the time. And I had divorced my husband, and I met him one day. He drove up beside me out in the street. He said, slow down. He said, you know, I used to tell you to slow down. He said, you were going too fast today. I said, well, I'm trying to get where I'm going.
There you go. There you go.
But
Anything else you'd like to say to the military out there?
Well, I think the military is doing a wonderful job. And we tell our young people to pay attention and stop running around and getting in gangs. And there's too much shooting going on. They're trying to do something about these guns. But sensible people should not have a gun because it's too dangerous. Now, the young men, when they get angry, if they've got a friend, they want to shoot him. That's no way to do it. So I wish they could put something out here, some way that they can't have a gun. I know if they find you with a gun without the thing, you have a leery for it. Okay for it. Take it away. Let's stop those guns. And it's mean the way they do it. Now, they're doing robbery in a couple of nice sections. Fellas go to the door, knock on the door. Somebody comes to the door. A lady came to the door last week and they shot her. In a rich lady.
Right.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
And these young men don't have the clothes and things they want because they don't work. Or they don't get a good job. Get a good job. Buy what you want. Don't take it from someone else. They had to work for it. If you can just impress your children like that, because we talk to all of ours, they know better. But we try to help them anyhow. Of course, I used to help my brothers and sisters a lot. I had a job making $15 a week and had to help them.
Wow.
And I had a nephew to tell me last week, he said, Auntie Al, I was just thinking how you helped all of us. Yeah, because I got a job in the Pentagon. It was a better job. And I helped everybody when they want to buy something. I said, when one of them said he wanted a new suit, I said, I can't afford the suit, but I'll buy you a new pair of pants. So they said, well, that's good too.
Good.
So
You have been a giver all your
all
life.
my life. I believe in giving and sharing.
Well, God has given you a long life.
He has for that. That's it. And he let me be able to talk. You know, half the time when you get old, you can't talk. And I still have a few marbles left. Yeah.
Still got a few shooters going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. And
Well,
I talked to a lot of the nurses. They're not too well educated. So when I first went there, they thought I was a boss. They said, you're ordering us around. And blah, blah, blah. I said, well, number one, I talk Northern, I don't talk Southern. And I said, that's the way I speak. But I said, when I ask you to do something, I usually say, will you please do that and get that for me? I thank you. What else do you want me to say? I said, you don't want me to kiss feet, do you? I'm not going to do that. So I say,
have you mastered the Southern term of y'all?
Yeah. So they know now. They said, we just thought you sounded, because I had one girl was looking for something in the drawer, and she said, I don't see it. I said, just look in the corner, it is right there. So she said, now see, you're hollering at me. I said, no, I talk up above, and I said, I talk a little loud, because I'm accustomed to that. But I said, yeah, listen, I'm going to try to help you, so don't talk about the way I talk. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so...
I'll tell you what, Alyce, let's get you back up there and see if we can get you something to drink, because I know you're probably thirsty, and maybe catch a fish.
Well, you got anything to put in it?
What do you want, bourbon or vodka?
Shoot, I like my Johnny Walker Scotch.
That's probably why you're 106.
I like cocktails now and then, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. God bless you, Alyce.
Yeah, thank you.
God bless you, and thank you for sitting down and talking with me.
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
And I want to see you out here
you
more.
fix up a nice story.
I hope so. I think it will be.
Yeah.
All right.
My girlfriend wrote me. A girlfriend called me from California and saw a story in the book about me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Hey.
Can you help us?
Oh, thank you.
Like Groucho Marx?
Yeah.
Hey, can you help us take some of these
Yeah.
things back over here? Can you take this over?
What you need?
Take that on over.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah. We're going to get Alyce back over and see if she can catch us a fish.
Okay.
Right, Alyce?
All right.
Okay.
Do me a favor.
Okay, carry this.
Say, we'll see y'all later. And just turn that way.
Yeah.
Say, see you later.
All righty. Okay, thank you. See you.